Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Adrienne, I live in New York City and I love playing with makeup, and this is my week in makeup. It's actually Christmas Eve right now. It's a little bit early even though it's pitch black outside already. And I have to pack because I leave Christmas morning really bright and early to see my family down in Florida. And so I thought I would walk you all through some products that I'm considering taking. So I'm going to do a full face of those products. And I don't think I've talked too much about these products. So either these are some real favorites through the year or it's been a while. So I will also be talking about some other lip products that I've decided to declutter, so that'll come. But let's just quickly put on a face of makeup, and I have this bad boy that I want to figure out what's the best course of action to both let him heal as well as cover him up. I am going to start off with the Chantecaille Future Dew. I really like this foundation. It's so light and I just can use my fingers to put it on. I wear mine in Alabaster, and I think that this would make a really pretty foundation for travel. I'll be down in Florida for a week, and I just think, yeah, this is a really nice color for me right now because I am quite pale and I can use my fingers. It's really kind of fuss free in that way, and it comes in this little pot. It is on the pricier side, but I don't know. I just feel like my skin could really use the no fuss nature. Chantecaille's products are not fragranced or anything. They're infused with really beautiful skincare. So I do think it is worth its price tag. It's such a unique formulation and it will sit down completely, but I feel like it just gave me a veil of coverage, which is what I prefer, and not too much more beyond that, which I'm good with. It also lessened a little bit of that little guy, but we'll see if we can't hit him up with concealer. I recently picked this up and I really like it. It was a real big challenge to find the right color for me, but this is the KOSAS concealer. I picked mine up in the shade 2.5C. I tried so many shades on this, but I'm just gonna put a couple of dots right into the hollow of my eye and a dot on that little guy right there. And I'm gonna use my Zoeva. Does anyone ever talk about Zoeva anymore? Great brushes. What happened to that brand? What happened? And I will just lightly dab that. I haven't tried this on a spot, so I don't know if it's like the best concealer for that, but I just really want to lighten it. I don't need to like completely camouflage it. I hope everyone's taking time during the holidays to do something special. My husband and I actually went last night to a jazz concert, at a little jazz club in Midtown, and it was so nice. It's such a nice thing to do to just get in the holiday spirit. It is something we do traditionally, and I'm glad that we did this year. I know I haven't talked about this year's Hourglass palettes. I actually picked one up. I chose the owl, but the inside is one that has mood exposure, which I'd always wanted mood exposure in my life, and I just thought that I would really get the most use out of this combination. So I do think I want to travel with this palette. Okay, I think Wayne Goss will travel with me. But this is what we're going for. I just want a light look for now. Let's go ahead and start in on that mood exposure. I think mood exposure for me has always been that color that I've always wanted to be plummier than it actually is. And it really depends on the pan that you get. So whether it's in this palette or you buy an Hourglass pan, the marbling does matter. And I am so happy I got this marbling because it has more pigment in it and less of the kind of highlight. And I think then that it makes such a pretty color. Once I bought Mood Exposure and it was all highlight and like the tiniest swirl of the purple, it looked like nothing on my skin. I think that's such a pretty color. Is it as plummy as it looks? No, it's not. On me, it's more rosy, but I love that I can build it up and it just looks really, really pretty. I am also going to use the bronzer in the palette. It took us a while to get into the holiday spirit. Normally we would have gone to a concert pretty early on, but we left it at last minute. My in-laws are sick with COVID right now, and yeah, we can't really get together tonight, so we decided to make the 24th a cozy night in. We'll watch movies. I'll make dinner right after I film this video, and yeah, we'll just have a nice night in, swap presents, things like that. And then I'll fly to see my family. My husband can't join me, so it'll still be nice to see my family for a week. So I like this bronzer. It's very light, so you can build it up, but this is a pretty effortless palette. I think I'll just do the highlighter. I'm not normally one to do a lot of highlighter, but this one is very pretty, kind of more sheeny than anything. And I just really think this palette has a lot of useful colors in it. Let me quickly do my eyebrows with my number 3.5 Precisely My Brow. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my About Face eyeshadow base. This one has really just blown me out of the water this year. Prior to this, it was only ever my Smashbox, but I almost like this one better because it's lighter and easier to maneuver. And I think what I'm bringing along to the trip with me are these two eyeshadow palettes from Haus Labs. I actually picked them up at half off, so they were about $24 a piece. I have liked a lot of the Haus Lab releases, and so I was interested in the palettes when they initially came out. But I saw their price point, I saw the colors, and I was like, oh, I don't think so. But during the Sephora sale, I realized when I swatched them on the last day of the sale how beautiful they were, and I thought that they would make beautiful eyeshadows in my life. But I did wait for them, and they actually went on super sale, about half off, so I don't think that they sold well. I will say though, the formulation is beautiful. It is very user-friendly. It's infused with skincare as well. As I get older, I like to think about the products I am using on my face and the fact that if they can impart any kind of benefit, I prefer them over other products. I just do. And I also like shadows on the daily that are just let you build, that they're not like full pigment. And so here you have just some basic shades, which I'm using to just sort of create a base. So I just created a look with these three colors here, and I'm gonna use maybe this one as a topper. So soft, super foiled. Look at that rose gold, how pretty. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And has a foiled effect, but it isn't like so foiled that it can grab onto a lot of skin and texture and create something that you don't want, especially as your lids are aging. I mean, all our lids are aging, but maybe you've reached a certain point where you've just noticed that certain products grab. But I just think that's so pretty, and you're able to, within the same palette, create a really fun look with this bright fuchsia and this kind of green, dirty green metallic. And I think these base colors are beautiful. So the way I think about this is a very thoughtful palette where I can create some very distinct looks. So it makes it a great travel palette. I picked up the Can't Stop Staring mascara from Give Beauty. And so it has a really unusual wand. I'm still fairly new to this mascara, but I think I like it. So that's one coat of mascara. I haven't put any on this side. I've also been using this little like fishtail to help. It's like a silicone fishtail, and it helps me apply the mascara more cleanly. I will try to show you. but I might have to get closer to my mirror. But this has been a game changer for me, especially because I normally would get a lot of mascara on my eyelid after I've done my eyes. And yes, I can take it off and it's not that big of a deal, but I really just like this little tool. I do like this mascara. It hasn't flaked on me yet, and I will bring my little fishtail. I'm gonna clean it off right now, but I really do like this. It comes with this other part to it, but I don't find like I need it, but it comes like this. It's like $4 on Amazon. Maybe I'll bring this fun lip color. This is one of the lip veils from Chantecaille. I really love this product, and this is in the shade Moabi. I love how you can get it to be sheer, but it's so nourishing and yeah, has those wonderful skincare ingredients. So I'm definitely going to bring this along because I think this is a very happy color for Florida. While now we are on the subject and the sirens are singing here in New York City, let me go through more lip products that I have decided to declutter. A lot of what is here is really about the shade. I just prefer another formula in that shade, and I have that already. So why keep around things that I don't need? These fat oil glosses by NYX, really like these, but they just don't impart enough color. And if I'm gonna either be wearing something that's colorless, I want it to be really, really nourishing, or I rather it have a color that I really like. This is Mist Call and Newsfeed. So this is the Merit lip gloss, this cherry. This is more of the gel formula. I prefer the lip glosses that have a bit more tint to them by Merit. And so this one just barely imparted anything, barely even imparted actual gloss, so it feels like it's doing something. It's just a very dry paddle. It's not the best formula. This is by Lisa Eldridge. This is her lip gloss. Beautiful container. Yes, we all know it. Wonderful. But I have never really liked the lip gloss, and I'm not sure why I gave this one another shot. I thought potentially she might have done a little tweaking from her first release of lip glosses, which I purchased. This is in Pompadour, very pretty color, similar to what I'm wearing now, but I really do not like this paddle. I don't like this formula. Here's one of the Fenty tints stains. This is in Strawberry Sangria. These tints are not fantastic. I had an all-day wear with them, and they just don't fade well. They do leave a tint, and when you initially put them on, they're beautiful, but that initial gloss vibe doesn't stay that long, and what's left behind just it gets too dry too fast on the lips, and for that reason I'm actually decluttering that one up. This is Milky lip gloss and cherry milkshake. I just like another lip gloss better than this one, and if I'm gonna go for a red lip gloss, I'd rather go for the one that I'm gonna keep. This is by M Cosmetics. This is the Everglass Lip Dew in Temptress. This was okay. It's kind of a brownie, high pigment lip gloss. It was all right. It wasn't my favorite. Liquid lipsticks are not my vibe, or long staining things. I just have really learned that. This is beautiful. If you are looking for a liquid velvety lipstick that is going to stay put, I do recommend the Melted Matte by Too Faced. It's just not for me, and for my lips, too stark for me. Same thing with the Stila All Day in Beso. Beautiful color. And then this one, the Shocking Lip Petal. I don't know what number this is in, but this is a lip stain that will stain your lips for over a day. I don't like that for me. There'll never be an occasion where that's a good thing for me. Terribly disappointing product in that when I went to use it, the doe foot just came, I extracted it and it just came off. This is by Victoria Beckham. This is the Bitten lip tint. This is a really cool formula. I believe this one is in Beso, but you see, literally the paddle, the head came off, and now I cannot use it. I would have kept it because it is that unusual, and I'm just very disappointed at the price point and the packaging. I probably used it 5 times. I have a few things from Tarte. The Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in Primrose. These are just too gloopy for me. I don't like them. I also have like a mini one in Rose, like a mini one. And then the Maracuja Lip Cream in the shade Cranberry. I actually really like this color. I have used quite a lot of it up, but now I have another lip product. It's actually not even rolling down anymore for whatever reason. I have another lip product I prefer that kind of creates this satin blurred kind of effect that I used to like getting with this color. I have a few MAC lipsticks. E4 Effortless and Love Me. This is a beautiful red. It's just if I'm gonna wear red, I'm gonna wear something that's a bit more matte. Chili Popper. This is more like a burnt orangey red in the Luster Glass formula. Just not the best shade for me. Again, it's a formulation thing. Then I have Lady Danger, which is such a beautiful orange. Unfortunately, this shade on me is just not the best. This is the shade Paramount, which is a very cool brownie, red leaning kind of vamp color. Again, want to be this person, but I'm rarely that person, and I have a lot of lipsticks that are kind of dark and vampy. Of this one, which is very beautiful formulation. This is in the shade Soho Sizzle, that kind of burnty color. This one just has too much sheen to it. It's such a shame because it's such a beautiful formulation, but I think for me, if I were to pick up another Bobbi Brown Luxe lipstick, it would be in a nude, more of a nude shade, because I think I like that formulation for kind of nudes. Another shame is this red from Hourglass. This is called Red Zero. It is in this packaging, beautiful packaging, love it, but I prefer a couple of other reds, and this one has too much sheen for me. One that is past its due date, but I do recommend it, is the Clarins Lip Perfector, or the Velvet Lip Perfector, and this is in the shade 3. I think this only comes in 3 shades. I recommend all of them except for the nude because it's such a weird undertone to it, and I think it'll only suit a few people. But the raspberry, the rose, all of it is really, really pretty. It's just, I've had them for like 5 years. It's time, because they also have that kind of poof applicator that so much bacteria. This is a Shine Bomb by Catrice. This one here, the color seems very vivid, but actually on, it's like sort of the shade I have right now, and that's why I'm not keeping it. I much prefer to wear my Chantecaille over the Catrice. However, if you don't want to drop $50 on a lipstick and you are looking for the same shade, try this. This is really, really nice, and I think it's just a few dollars. So this is in Kiss and Tell by Stila. It's this like slim matte lipstick that's in a bullet. This, I can't even get the color on anymore. It is so dry. It was already very dry when I bought it, but it is now impossible to put on, so it's just not a product for me. This is by Clarins. Woodberry in their Jolie Rouge line, and it's this like perfectly beautiful pink. I just have this shade many times over, and this tone in particular is not mine, but I know my sister's gonna love it. The Sephora Matte Bombs. I talked about these in my last video. This didn't go well for Sephora. These were supposed to be dupes for NARS Matte. They aren't. And this is in the shade Pink. Very pretty, organic smelling. I wouldn't necessarily wear this over some of the other products that I have in my collection, especially if I'm going for a very barely there look. Fit Glow Beauty. This is the color Fresh in their lip serum line. This is an excellent line. However, I think mine have just turned a bit on me. Their scent is quite strong now. It was not that way. The Moira lipsticks, I know that people really like these. I think this is very pretty. I have mine in 6 Cherry Blossom. It's these, the signature lip, but I don't know. The color, this color, it's all right. This is Veiled Rose by Pat McGrath. It's this little one here. It's a satin formula. Very pretty, pretty lipstick. Do you see the story we're telling? Kind of like cool tone lipstick. It's not the best on me. I'd rather just stay with one or two in that color story. It's not a color story I typically go towards. Bobbi Brown in Cranberry. Oh, this one I almost kept. This one I might rescue. So this is more of a lip balm formula. No, I can't rescue this. I can't rescue this. It's very waxy, the formula, and I love the way it looks when my lips look a certain way, but my lips don't always look that way. And yeah, I just think I like other colors. This one by KBD Beauty, this is an excellent lip product, Madame President, and it's just a beautiful, deep, deep, deep red, and it's just too creamy. In this formulation, it's just too creamy for me to wear that kind of red. This is by Linda Hallberg, LH Cosmetics. This is the shade I Die. It's, again, super bright orange, very similar to Lady Danger, but in a shiny formula. But this is Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. This is Velvet Ribbon. This is like the classic blue red. This one was hard to part with because this isn't the exact formulation that I would wear red. However, I much prefer Pat McGrath's Elson, like by a landslide. And so if I'm gonna wear a red lipstick, I'm going to wear Elson. And you know what? Elson is gonna go on my trip with me. That's how much I like Elson. So that was, again, about 30 some lip products. So I'm up to like getting rid of more than almost 70 lip products in just 2 weeks. So I feel pretty good about that. When I get home from Florida, I'll do another round. And I think maybe that will be it, but maybe there'll be some stragglers here. But I'm hoping to organize myself better next year, in the new year, and really just enjoy the makeup I have and try to be a little thoughtful about what I bring into my collection. So I hope that everyone who's celebrating Christmas has a Merry Christmas, and just that you stay safe and healthy during the holidays. I will see you in the new year. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.